And this your boy live and direct in full effect after 8:32. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. I'm gonna try to get to the conclusion of this recording just in a second, but before we do, this is definitely about boxing. Great boxing conversation with my boy zeekos Red Phoenix. Please subscribe to him on YouTube. His YouTube page is zeekos Red Phoenix. He's definitely a big contributor to my YouTube page, being at the rate that it is now. My current YouTube page has 100 plus subscribers. If you're new listening to this, please subscribe and smash the like button as you like it. But I talk about a diverse array of things. Consistent majority of the things I talk about is pretty much boxing and social issues, because those are the most important issues that need to be addressed. But this is definitely a great boxing conversation. I'm going to try to get to the conclusion. If I have to chop it up with one more thing, I will do that. But other than that, we're going to get back to the conversation already in progress.
What's happening? I think your connection is jacked up. Okay.
Yes, I think the connection. No, but it's fine. I can hear you just fine.
But I think once Floyd figured out that Conor McGregor's punches did not have no sting on it, or he wasn't a threat, he just started to walk him down. And he was like, yeah, he's bigger than me, physically bigger than me, but, he doesn't have the same punching power that Canelo Alvarez or Triple G or Manny Pacquiao has. You know what I'm saying? So he just walked him down until he got tired. No, I'm just saying he walked him down. He started walking him down. He figured that Conor McGregor did not have no punching power. Yes, he does have an amateur background in boxing, but once he figured out that he didn't have no punching power, he just started to walk him down. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no stamina for a 12-round or even a 10-round fight.
But that's what I'm saying, but I've seen people who are trained in amateur boxing who are like serious contenders. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some stuff that they teach in amateur boxing that will really, get your mind right for the professional world. And I think, as I said, it's not that.
Yeah, you're going out, brother.
I think, as I said, that sort of environment being put against Mayweather, that will take you back. You know what I'm saying? But I think, as I said, let it be a lesson.
Sorry about that, guys. Had a little difficulties there. Give me a second.
I think, he would have been able to do better. I think his mind wasn't fully there.
Yeah.
Right, so I think he had a lot more to offer, because, as I said, if you look at someone like him as an amateur boxer, but for some reason he was doing some funky looking stuff. Like, I think the press, he wasn't all there. He wasn't all there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
But he has the skills. I don't think people should just write him off or take him to be a donut or something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there because I think he does possibly have a chance in boxing, but the thing is, he shouldn't have never jumped head first. If he wanted to take his boxing career seriously, this is how I know it was a money grab. It was a money grab because he knew Floyd Mayweather was going to take it. He's the top guy in MMA and all that good shit. So it's kind of like, hey, why not jump on this opportunity to get this smash and dash pay grade? So if he had took a couple opponents before he fought Floyd Mayweather, I still don't think he would beat Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather's boxing intelligence is just too good. But I will say this, it would have been a lot better fight than what it was. But Floyd basically carried him. He knew what time it was. So I think either way, the same shit would have happened, but it would have been a lot better fight than what it came down.
And Conor McGregor's he's got very, very good reach. He's got very, very good reach. I thought that was going to be an advantage. That guy had some serious reach, but Floyd knew how to tackle that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know, but I said, you know, Floyd carried him. You're right. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd really tried to, you know how Floyd Mayweather does? Like, he tries to, like, make people look good, so he'll try and stall you to the 12th round, so he can beat you on points or try and beat you, like, you know, spikes, you know, give you that longevity. But Conor just wasn't happy. His body just said no. His body just said no. Floyd Mayweather was even angry that, like, why are you stopping the fight? Like, it just was not happening, man. But here's what we got to ask ourselves, Jimmy, yeah?
Yeah.
Where did you look? You've been to the top of the mountain, yeah? To the very top of the mountain, you fought the best boxer. You've made the biggest box office money to be made in combat history.
Yeah.
You know? So that means any other fight you do now, it's gonna be, you're gonna have to take, you're gonna have to, would you agree that he's gonna have to take less money? Because the person that he's fighting is not as prestigious as Floyd? Or do you think he'll still be able to demand whatever the hell he wants?
Floyd at this point,
you can't say, oh yeah, because I'm Conor McGregor, that the box in boxing should now be big because whoever's fighting is fighting me, because yeah, you're Conor McGregor, but in boxing you're still nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you can't join the money. You know what I'm saying?
I think if Conor wanted to make some more money, he needs to try to go for Manny Pacquiao or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because Manny Pacquiao does have a fan base. And he has a fan base in the United States as well as Mexican fan base. Because before he was Pac-Man, he was known as the Executioner. So if Conor is just doing it for the money, he needs to fight somebody like Manny Pacquiao. Now, granted, Manny Pacquiao might not kick the fuck out. Let's just keep it 1,010. You know what I'm saying? Because Manny Pacquiao is a lot harder puncher than Floyd Mayweather. So just imagine what Manny Pacquiao could bring to him. So if he want to go for boxing, go for somebody like a Paulie Malignaggi or Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. So other than that, he's not going to make that kind of payday. You know what I'm saying? Other than fighting a rematch with Floyd Mayweather, which I don't think Floyd is going to come back to boxing. I think Floyd is pretty much done with boxing, and it is what it is with him.
He's done. He's got a perfect record. If he spoils it now, and he gets 51-0, then he's gonna have to keep fighting until he gets it to 60. You know what I'm saying? And it just right now 50 is that, that perfect number right now. So, I think he's never gonna come back. Like he's done what he needs to do, man.
Yeah, because
that's that, man.
Because the man beating 23, 24 plus world champions in his career. He's beat more world champions than anybody in history.
Yeah.
He didn't beat a possible 13, 14 Hall of Famers possibly. You know what I'm saying? He's beaten more world champions than anybody. He's beaten 16 two-time world champions. If you exclude Conor McGregor, he probably beaten 24 or 25 people. You know what I'm saying? If you exclude him, because he's considered a world champion, he's just in another combat sport. You know what I'm saying? But
do some shit, motherfucker.
Now, what does Floyd got to prove at this point? Of course, there's a lot of racist boxing fans that talk about, well, he's a chicken, he's a runner, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. Casual boxing fans who don't know shit about boxing, never will know shit about boxing. They ain't trying to know shit about boxing. They just want to spew their racist ideology upon Floyd Mayweather because he beat all their favorite fighters. Clear cut, hands down, in the discussion type ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers will say shit like, well, he was running and shit like that. But when you had the opportunity to knock him out, you didn't do it. You just got a good punch in. Your fighter got a good punch in, and Floyd Mayweather disposed of him. It is what it is. So give the guy his props. And I'm saying that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just get a guy his props. Give Floyd his props. You know what I'm saying? It is.
I think one reason why I think the main reason, and we know this is brothers, like, you know, why they don't like Floyd Mayweather is because he represents like the unbending black man.
Yeah.
You know, he's successful and he doesn't need. He's done it. You know, whilst telling the rich white man, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's done everything. Like, he's the model black man that, you know, is totally against the grain that the white man wants. He's successful, you know, without the white man. You know, he's told the white man to have off. Everything about him was on point. They tried to use his tax to bring down, like, they put his tax up on the, like, before they could even get a chance to come and, you know, bring him down, he was already 10 steps ahead. Like, he's the exact type of black man that is a threat to white supremacy, and they just, I mean, saying.
I agree.
And, you know, and he keeps going from strength to strength. You know, and look at him now, like, his fighters, I forgot, like, he had one fighter, one light-skinned guy, that fought just before him against Conor McGregor, and, like, the guy was very, very, very good. Like, I looked at his record is about 18 and 0.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot his name. He's one of those guys, like that.
Javante Davis. Javante Davis.
Those guys are serious. I think by the time that guy gets to about to this week, he will be a world champion.
Oh yeah, Javante Davis.
His fighter. I have to check his name out again, but you have to, like, I'm gonna try and find his name.
Yeah.
Like, the guy is starting to look forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's man. There's serious people out there. So
I agree. I totally agree with what you're saying there, Dr. Brother Zeke, man. But yeah, man. I feel like boxing is gonna do its thing this year. You know what I'm saying? And I hate my boy James DeGale lost, because I'm shocked that he lost to our boy, what's that dude named Caleb Truex, and I clowned him on Dante's Boxing Nation and shit like that. I called him the putty patroller. You know what I'm saying? But you know, cause the dude compared to James DeGale should have finished Caleb Truex, but he was stopping him from switching back to orthodox. He kept him in the southpaw position, and he was throwing right hands at him, and it was hard for him to switch back and stuff like that. And Truex is a strong puncher, but like I say, with the skill level that James DeGale have, if you're a switch hitter like James DeGale is, there's no reason for you to get punished the way he did. You know what I'm saying? Because Caleb Truex showed that he can be outboxed. You know, Daniel Jacobs outboxed him. What's the guy named Andre Durrell? Just straight.
I think I know him.
Andre Durrell just straight demolished him in the first round. So I mean, come on. I mean, Truex, he should have beat Truex rather easy. And I hope there's a rematch clause so he can come back and, you know what I'm saying, redeem himself. Because, you know, like I say, James DeGale has a bright future in boxing. He needs to learn how to handle pressure fighters. Because to me, he lost to Badu Jack, but I think the judges gave both those guys a shitty decision. To be honest with you.
Yeah, you're right. He's not somebody. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think DeGale. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, man. You're breaking up.
Who's that? Now, isn't he?
So whatever.
He's in his 30s now.
Who, James DeGale? Give me a second. If my computer ain't completely froze up on me. Give me a second. Give me a second. Change the Kell. Damn, y'all got some old ass boxes up here in fucking England. Shit.
I think, I don't know, I think, like, maybe...
Just give me a second. I can look this up as we speak.
No, somebody's got...
Okay, yeah, he is.
I think, you know...
He will be 32 next month on the 3rd. So yeah, he's up there. He ain't no spring chicken at all. He's not a spring chicken at all. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, he's not a spring chicken at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. I could hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. But yeah, he's 32. But again, with the skill that he had, he shouldn't have lost to fucking Caleb Truex of all fucking people. I mean, come on. He has too much skills to be losing to a guy like Caleb Truex. Let's just be very clear. You know, a guy who can switch from yeah, a guy who can switch it the way he can. I mean, there's no excuse for you to lose to a guy like him. I mean, Truex is not on his level. Let's just be very clear about that. He is not on his fucking level. And I think Truex need to consider getting another trainer. That's my point of view. He needs to consider getting another trainer, because I don't know what's going on, but his stamina is completely suck ass. You know what I'm saying? I think in the final rounds, you know, even with the Medina fight, with the Rogilio, with that fight, he should have just straight beat the shit out of this dude, man. He should have just knocked him the fuck out. He was there for the taking, and he was allowing. And I go back to the Lucien Boutte fight when he fought Lucien Boutte. You know what I'm saying? Lucien Boutte should have got knocked the fuck out. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it 1,010. But from what I was seeing with Lucien Boutte, he was getting some good hits on James DeGale. I mean, James DeGale's defense is virtually non-existent. Let's just be very clear. He had a non-existent defensive game in his boxing style. And I think he needs to consider getting a guy from the States to train him or something, or get a better trainer in England or something, because he has a lot of skills. He has beautiful skills. He just needs better defense. You said I'm cutting out? Hello? Yeah, you're going in and out on me, brother. Are you there? You can hear me. I can hear you now. Let me go off the camera. This might be what causing it, because I'm just shocked. Can you hear me good now?
I can hear you just fine, but once in a blue moon.
Okay. Well, let me talk. Just let me talk a little bit louder then. But yeah, with DeGale has beautiful boxing skills. I think he needs to maybe come over to the States or get a better trainer up in England or something, man. Because the thing is, for him to allow people to hit on him, because I was watching the Lucien Boutte fight, and he gets cut up a lot in most of these fights. He takes unnecessary cuts that he shouldn't be taking. And I watched the Badu Jack fight. He got his front tooth knocked out versus Badu Jack. So I'm like, come on, dude. I'm like, dude, you are a better fighter than that. You know what I'm saying? With the skills that you have, you should be like clearly beating the shit out of this dude because he put Bobby Jack on his ass in the first round, and then after that, you know, it seemed that like he dominated the first 4, maybe 5 rounds because the fifth round was a toss-up round, but you know after that, Bobby Jack came back and he's like shit was like pouring it on. He just walked him down for the rest of the fight. Like, I don't know what the hell going on with
the fuck. Sorry about the inconvenience, guys. I'm actually multitasking as we film this video, so back in progress, guys.
With James McGill, I don't know if it's a stamina issue or I know his defense is very suspect. And he needs to do a better job of being a defensive guy. And I saw that in the Lucian Boutte fight because he takes a lot of cuts and he takes a lot of hits and stuff like that. Oh. Yeah.
All the best to him.
Yeah.
I just wherever he can get somebody to help him. Oh, that's
most definitely.
That's the stuff,
Oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely, though.
Like, what people need to do is, I think the best way to, obviously fight I don't know, it's just keep trying to work on what, evaluate your last fight, see what you can do better. Just keep trying to improve.
Most definitely, because the guy, he lost, from what I understand, this is the rumor, that he was going to make like 25 million pounds up in England, and versus Chris Eubanks, because the Chris Eubanks fight, I think once Chris Eubanks finished the Super 6 tournament because he fights George Groves, which I think Eubanks could beat George Groves easy. I think he's easy work. But I think once the Super 6 tournament ends, I think James DeGale is going to fight, was going to unify titles with Eubanks. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been a big fight for England. But I think DeGale can come back. I mean, I think it's not the end of the world. He does have Al Heyman managing him, so it's not the end of the world for him. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he gets it together.
Well, I hope so too. Yeah. I need to be myself. Like.
Oh yeah.
I think. Like recently, I've been off like the radar in terms of watching certain people. But I'm going to slowly get back into it and really, see who, who's, in contention for what and and see who's really on form. Because right now, there's of guys doing well right now. Do you know an American guy called Errol Spence Jr.?
Yes, sir. I keep up with him. I keep up with him very tenaciously. Errol Spence Jr. is the truth.
Something like that. Nice, quick. Like brilliant record.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Errol Spence is the truth, brother. Yeah, because he came to England and beat Kell Brook, and he fights a guy named Anthony Peterson. I mean, not Anthony Peter, Lamont Peterson. Excuse me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, he beat a guy named Lamont Peterson. He's going to fight a guy named Lamont Peterson. He hasn't beat him yet, but I'm assuming he's going to beat the shit out of him.
Lamont Peterson, you said?
Yes, Lamont Peterson. he fights him in his next fight. Errol Spence does.
Yeah, I'll be definitely looking forward to seeing that.
But I think with Kell Brook, I think Kell Brook needs to possibly consider retiring and becoming a trainer because his eyes is fucked up. Both of his eye socket is fucked up. So yeah,
that's deadly.
Yeah, both his eye socket because he got a fucked up eye socket versus Triple G. In the second eye socket got fucked up. Versus Errol Spence, the other eye socket. So he's virtually got 2 titanium plates around his eye. So and that's very dangerous. And brother Fanon International Boxing, shout out to him. He talked about that, how dangerous that could be, man. Because that's so close to the brain, it's fucking ridiculous, though. But he did a segment about Kell Brook going to 154, fighting at 154. So that's a very dangerous situation for him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, boxing is this. I said it's not for the. I said it's a nice technical sport, but I understand right. But I said yes, a lot of consequences.
Oh yeah, a lot of consequences and freaking repercussions behind it. That's, you best to believe that shit. Yeah, man, you best to believe that, man. So, man, it is what it is, man. But I'm glad I'm able to talk to you again, man, directly, live and direct, in full effect. You know what I'm saying?
Any fights come up before March?
Yeah, the Errol Spence fight. It's a couple of other fights, but I'll throw the link, the ESPN link. I think it's a fight next week, but I'm not 1,000% sure. But
do you know what happened? Some guy got charged £85,000 because he's I think he's mainstream an anti-injunctional fight.
Yeah, correct.
Got charged with 85 grand.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Oh yeah, but
85 grand because they streamed.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
Yeah.
That's taking a point.
Yeah, but the guy should know, man. He should know. He should know. I'm not gonna say it on here, but I'll tell you more about that. But he got to be more smarter than that. It is what it is. But I'm gonna let you go, brother, man. Good talking to you, bro, man. If
possibly before you hit the sticks, I'll probably talk to you, again.
Okay.
The show, I'll bless you then.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
then.
right. So I'm gonna look out for Errol Spence.
All right.
And that's right. So I'll see you in a bit.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Well, there you go with the interview that interview I did with my boy zeekos Red Phoenix on YouTube. Very great boxing conversation. We talked about Kell Brook as well as James DeGale's loss to Caleb Truex. But I'm gonna get him up to speed on boxing and stuff like that, definitely. So the conversation can flow. Which conversation can flow? I can't fault the guy for what he doesn't know, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, he's an England guy, by way of Nigeria. Shout out to Nigeria. Shout out to my black brothers up in England. But like I say, man, I'm going to put him up to speed on boxing, and definitely we're gonna chop it up more about boxing as well as other sports, whatever y'all want to talk about. And be sure, man, holler at me. Send me an email or whatever about topics y'all want to discuss. My email is at jimmymacwright@gmail.com as well. But or even put it in the comment section as well. But definitely a great conversation with brother zeekos Red Phoenix. on Boxing Talks, Jay DeGale, Floyd Mayweather, as well as Anthony Joshua in the earlier segment. So we're going to upload part 2 of this segment, and y'all, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And once again, this your boy, live and direct in full effect after 832. Y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. Peace out.